Hello, my loves. Oh my goodness, it has been a moment since I've been on this platform, and I'm so excited to be back. This channel is all about combining the hero's journey, myths and legends with manifestation, with seeing through the lens of storytelling in our own lives to make them more enriching, more magical, more fulfilling, more mystical. So in this episode, I'm going to be touching a little bit on the hero's journey. When you can start to see your life as this grand adventure you're on, this quest, this myth that your very own personal divine essence is weaving into the fabric of the universe just by being you, it offers this deep sense of excitement, fulfillment, bliss. Seeing our life in this way makes it so that every single thing has this deep meaning. It's all a step on the journey to where we want to be, because ultimately you are exactly where you're meant to be. From the man, the myth, the legend himself, Joseph Campbell, who coined the hero's journey, says, "It's not the agony of the quest, but the rapture of the revelation. Life is not a problem to be solved, but a mystery to be lived." And his answer to this mystery, how do you start the mystery, how do you live the mystery, is follow your bliss. That's the call to adventure. What is your bliss that you really want to experience? And if you're seeing this video, perhaps it is your sign to answer your call to adventure. That being said, the call to adventure is the first step on the hero's journey. Well, really the first place we start is the ordinary world. This is where the hero originates, right? This could be your hometown, that job that you aren't loving, a relationship you've been in that's kind of expired, or simply just a comfort zone of sort of a day-to-day routine that you've fallen into, but isn't really offering you much by way of excitement or fulfillment. The reason it's ordinary is because this is where everything the hero's ever known exists. It's the comfort zone, that deep familiarity that our subconscious craves, that our human craves to feel safe. This is why the call to adventure oftentimes feels unsafe, and why heroes are a little bit reluctant at first to answer it, requiring you to leave that deep comfort zone and everything that feels so familiar that you've ever known. And here's the thing, that call has probably already been ringing for you. How many times have you refused it, right? And most heroes do refuse it a few times at first. I mean, in any of our favorite stories, you can see it happening. Bilbo Baggins has the adventure coming knocking on his door, and he's trying to just like make tea and be like, I just want to be comfortable in my hobbit hole. And often on his journey, he thinks back to it like longing for that comfort, even though the adventure is expanding him so much. We have Aragorn of the same story, knowing that there's this kingship he needs to claim, yet he is a bit reluctant to fully step into that hero role. There's always that higher calling that we know will advance our life towards our dream path, but there's something in our mind, that fear, that doubt, that voice that is like, yeah, I hear you, but I think I'm just going to stay right here. I think we're okay over here. The call to adventure, you know what it is in your life. This could be leaving that job, leaving that relationship, starting that relationship, getting the confidence to reach out to that person, to attend an event, to take that trip you've always been thinking of, to accept a promotion, to move to a new city, whatever that is. It could even be as simple as having a scary conversation with someone that's been sitting in the back of your mind for a long time. It could be starting a business. It could be picking up your creative hobby that you left years ago, but you've always thought about doing it again. This call is sacred. It's a calling from the divine itself, because it is your very destiny. The reason the phone keeps ringing to this adventure is because you're meant to pick it up. And yes, you can refuse it. Yes, you can be reluctant, but it's going to keep calling, and in the form of this nagging voice that's like, we know there's something more. We know this job isn't serving us anymore, even though it feels so safe because it's all I've ever known. And I keep using the job as an example because I think that it's prevalent in many people's lives to feel so stuck in this career or path that they really didn't dream for themselves. And it just feels like, well, now I can't leave because I've put in so much time to it. What am I going to do for money? What else am I going to do? you know? So these are those voices of fear and doubt coming in to stop us from the adventure. But here's the thing, that old adage, leap and the net appears, is so true. So when you answer the call, there's going to be a crossing of that threshold as the next step on this journey. And once you cross the threshold, you are exiting the ordinary world and stepping into the extraordinary world. And this is where your deepest, most extraordinary life lives and is waiting for you. And I just got chills saying that. As scary as it is to step over that threshold into the deep unknown, it's like entering that forest, that archetype of the forest where the adventure lies, but the trees are kind of clouding it. You can't really see the path ahead. Maybe it's a little bit dark, but once you enter, the world opens up to you in ways you cannot even imagine yet. Your bliss, your full fulfillment, your purpose is all waiting for you over there. So how can you see from the eyes of the you who's already living over there and say yes to your adventure? They're telling you right now, please do it, baby, because trust me, over here, I promise it is amazing. It's more incredible, more fantastic, more exciting, more abundant and prosperous and love-filled than you can even imagine yet. So a takeaway from this on this stage one of the journey, call to adventure, leaving the ordinary world, maybe you're just toying with the idea of it now that you've gotten this sign to do so. What is one small thing you can do to answer that call right now? What's your dream reality? Where do you actually want to be? And what's the gap between where you are and what you write down? How can you fill it by answering this call? And you don't need to know the destination, the final destination. You just need to take the first step. Take that leap. Don't wait. This is the thing. You can keep refusing the call. But what happens in 10 years when you've not listened to yourself? Even 1 year, even a month. If you start now, you will be so much farther along come 2025 than if you had sat in your comfort zone. I'm going to do a video for each stage of the journey, so we'll see how to actually exit the comfort zone within. Even though these things feel safe, the real safety is on the other side of that threshold where we're meant to be living. It starts to become way more fun to live in this way. It almost awakens you out of this slumber that you may have been in. This slumber of like, oh, I guess this is what life is. Wake up, go to work, go to the gym, make dinner, go to bed, rinse and repeat, maybe have some fun on the weekends. But when you start to look at your life as a myth, it gives it a deep sense of sacredness, of meaning. You are part of the entire world's destiny, and your personal destiny is something that only you can fulfill. And how much longer are you going to wait to do that? I hope this video served. Stay tuned for part 2, which will be the next step in the journey. We kind of covered the refusal of the call, so the next step will be crossing the threshold. Be sure to like and subscribe for more mystical, magical, fantasy-inspired manifestation content unlike anyone else is doing out there. And if this content and if this idea of a magical journey of your own life has lit you up and you have been unsure of how to get from point A to point B, how to actually unlock your dream life, start living it now, and really follow your bliss in this lifetime, I am looking for 8 heroes and heroines to take on a deep quest with me. This is the exact guidance I wish I had when I set out on my many journeys. We're going to meet with inner parts of yourself and with mystical guides along the way in order to slay your doubts and fears, unlock your purpose, unveil your true, authentic self, and actually get to your dream life unapologetically as the hero or heroine of your very myth. The details for that are linked below. And if you want to be one of the 8 heroes to form this 9-person fellowship with me as part of it, I would love to have you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next week for part 2 on the hero's journey. Have a great day and happy Thanksgiving.